Hello and welcome back to appianseekho. I hope you guys are doing good. So today in this video we will learn how we can download a document in just one click. Okay, and this is gonna be a long video, so I will be uploading this video maybe in 2 parts or so. So without wasting further more time, let's get right into the video. So first things first, we need to create a process model to generate the Excel document which should be populated with the data you want to retrieve from the DSC. DSC means data store entity. Okay, and using export DSC to Excel, we would be able to achieve that. Okay, in my case, I will be using this process model which includes export DSC to Excel to generate the Excel document. Alright, there is already a video on my channel wherein I have shown how we can configure a process model to generate the Excel document. I'll also mention the link in the description. Cool. Now we would want to trigger a process model to initiate the export process. There are many ways to start a process model, and one of the ways is using web API. Okay, first of all you have to provide the name of your web API, then provide the description to have an understanding of this object. HTTP method should be posed because any web API with get method cannot execute any smart service included in your expression. Okay, and we will be making use of a bank start process smart service, so in that case it should be post. Okay, you have to provide the endpoint, which is not really mandatory. You can leave it blank and a random endpoint will be generated. Okay, and then comes this HTTP request response logging. Enable it if you want to easily troubleshoot your API in case it fails. Cool. A bank start process. Okay, here we have 4 parameters: process model, process parameters, on success, on error. First comes process model. Okay, the process model which you want to trigger, you have to map it with a constant which points to that particular process model which you want to trigger. Okay, I already have a constant created. We'll just map it with that particular constant as. Then comes process parameters. This is useful when you want to pass some input values to your process when it started. In our case, we have nothing to pass as an input. Cool. On success. This comes handy when you want some response after your smart service executes successfully. Okay, and using a bank HTTP response, we will be sending the response to the client who is making the HTTP request. Okay, here we have 3 parameters: status code, headers and body. If it is success, status code should be 200, which indicates the successful completion of the request. Okay, then we have this header, which basically tells the client the type of response we are sending in the body. Okay, and the same we will be creating using a bank HTTP header. Okay, name should be content type, and then we have this value which should be application JSON, as it is going to be JSON encoded. Okay, and then we have this body. Cool. So once the smart service executes successfully, we want the document ID back in the body, right? A bank to JSON to convert it into JSON. Okay, and it should be fb bank process info dot pv, as we are going to get the value of pv. Pv is nothing but process variable back in the body. Okay, then comes on error. So what happens when starting a process? There might be situations when errors occur, such as invalid output data or something like that. Sometimes unexpected errors occur within the process itself. So this on error option provides a way to handle these scenarios, gracefully and define what actions should be taken. There was an error starting this process. Okay, let me quickly format the code and I'll try testing this out. Okay, test request. It has successfully executed the smart service, and here you can see in the body I have got the document ID back, right, which is 6795. Okay, I can save my changes now. Now in order to be able to call this web API, I need to have an integration in place, right? So I'll create an integration from scratch First of all, you have to name your integration. Name it as export to Excel, okay, and then provide the description. Just hit create button. Here it asks for the URL. I'll just copy the URL of my web API and paste it over here, as I'm going to send request to this web API, right? Authentication should be basic, as it is gonna throw you an error. If you are an authenticated user and have been given access to this API, then by just providing your Appian credentials, you would be able to invoke this, as there is no way you can skip the authentication for Appian web service. And this is the best practice everyone should follow, and this is how we can secure the web API calls. Method should be post. Usage should be queries data, as we are going to query the data, okay. And here the response, it should be convert JSON to Appian value, okay. We will be converting the response from JSON to Appian, okay. Now I will test my request. You can see it's a success, and here I have the document ID, okay. I'll quickly save my changes, and the rest I would cover in part 2. All right, so that's pretty much for the day. If you want more such videos, please like my video, share it as much as you can, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, cheers, bye bye.